Hello and welcome to Modifying a General Accounting Expense or GACS transaction in AZ360. We will be demonstrating this process in one of our test environments, and the screen has been zoomed in for optimal viewing. In our training scenario, an agency has received a request to modify a GACS transaction that has incorrect data. The GACS was created for $5,000 and the agency received a notice that it should have been for $2,500. First, we will verify that the transaction has not been dispersed, and second, we will edit and submit the corrected payment amount. We are already logged into the AZ360 application and the Accounts Payable business role has been selected in the top right of the screen. To verify if the GACS transaction has been dispersed, we will check the GACS status on the Vendor Transaction History or VTH page. To navigate to the VTH page, first navigate to the Global Search menu at the top of the screen. Type in VTH and select Vendor Transaction History from the drop-down menu. While the vendor customer field is the only required field on this page, it is strongly recommended that users complete as many additional fields as possible in order to minimize search results. To get started, we will click on the pick list and we will be using the wildcard asterisk to limit our search results for our vendor customer code. So we will enter IV star 3106, click search. Tucson Electric Power is already selected. We'll click OK. And in the vendor invoice number field, we will enter the invoice number, 123456. Click apply. Scroll to the bottom grid, and you'll notice that only the GACS transaction generates. You know that the GACS has not yet been dispersed as there is no corresponding EFT or AD transaction, and there is no check number assigned to the transaction yet. Okay, go ahead and click the transaction link to open the GACS. We will now be modifying the GACS to reflect the corrected payment amount. We will click the page 3 dot menu in the top right and select Modify from Primary Actions. We will then click on the Accounting tab, and under the line amount field, we will correct the $5,000 to the corrected amount of $2,500. We will click Validate. If you click on the Posting tab, you will see the updated amount reflected, and we will then submit the transaction to our next line approver for final approval. And we have just completed the modification of a GACS, a General Accounting Expense or GACS transaction in AZ360.